Lesson 10-4, three-dimensional figures, and in this lesson you will learn to identify three-dimensional figures. When are you ever going to use this? Knowing how to identify three-dimensional figures will help you solve problems in social studies and earth science. Words to use, quite a lot. Three-dimensional figure, face, edge, vertex, plural will be vertices. Prism base, rectangular prism, pyramid, square pyramid, cone, cylinder, sphere, and center. Okay, so let's start. You can find Captain Eddie's Flying Circus Kite team in competitions all year. A stunt kite is like the team uses in a two-dimensional object. Other kites, like box kites, are three-dimensional objects. Definition of a three-dimensional figure, I'm sorry, encloses part of a space. So, a three-dimensional figure encloses a part of the space. The flat surfaces of a three-dimensional figure are called faces. The edges are the segments formed by the intersecting faces, and the edges intersect at the vertices. Okay? So again, that's what you call a three-dimensional figures. Basically, it's called a three-dimensional figures because it has, you guessed it, three dimensions. Okay? And boxes are good examples of prisms. Okay, so a prism that has at least a prism, basically, this is what a prism is, has at least three lateral faces that are shaped like rectangles. So that means these are your faces right there, shaped like rectangles. Okay, a prism should have at least three of them. The faces on the top and the bottom are called the bases of the prism and are parallel to each other. So these two faces are parallel to each other. The shape of the base tells the name of the prism. Because the bases are rectangles, a serial box is a good example of a rectangular prism. So a rectangular prism has 12 edges and 8 vertices. And this is a good animation of what a prism is. Okay? So, take a look at this one. And it should load up right about now. So this is a good example of prism. And this is a triangular prism. Why is it a triangular prism? Because the shape is like a triangle. And this is what we just talked about, a rectangular prism, because the shape is of the base is a rectangle right there. Okay? And this is the net of a rectangular prism, meaning if you open up all the faces, this is what the net will look like. And let's see, I'll pause it right there. Okay? So this is the net of a rectangular prism. And our prism has 6 faces, a rectangular prism. It has 8 vertices. The 8 vertices are the points that you see now. And the green neon lines are your edges, and this prism has 12 of them. And this is the net of our prism. And let's go back to our triangular prism. This is the net of our triangular prism. If you open up our prism, it will look something like this. It has 5 faces, okay, 6 vertices, and 9 edges. And let's take a look at another one, a pentagonal prism. Why is it called a pentagonal prism? Because the base is shaped like a pentagon, okay? And as you go through the pentagonal prism right there, okay, you'll notice it will have 7 faces. It'll have 10 vertices and 15 edges. And this is the net of a pentagonal prism right here. Let me pause it right about now. Right about now. Oops. One more time. There it is. Oops. Oh well. I'll get the point. Okay, and finally, this is an octagonal prism because the base is shaped like an octagon. Okay, it has 10 faces, 16 vertices, and 24 edges. And those are what prisms look like. Okay, let's take a look at our next three-dimensional figure. It's a pyramid. And before we look at the animation, a pyramid like the Egyptian pyramids has only one base. The base can be shaped like any polygon. The shape of the base gives the pyramid its name. For example, a pyramid with a square base is called a square pyramid. The other faces of the pyramid are triangles. In a prism, the other faces are rectangles. In a pyramid, there's only one base, and the faces are shaped like triangles. And let's take a look at an animation of what a pyramid looks like. Okay, this is your pyramid right there. And this is called a triangular pyramid. Why? Because the base is a triangle. And this is the net of our triangular pyramid right here, right there. Okay, let's play that and let's look at the net again. Right there. Okay, so this is the net. Once you open up our prism, this is what it's gonna look like. It has one base, okay, and three faces like shaped like triangles. Rectangular pyramid is right here. Why it's called a rectangular pyramid? Because the base is shaped like a rectangle, and a rectangular pyramid has five faces. It has five vertices and eight edges. Okay, this is a pentagonal pyramid because the base is shaped like a pentagon, five sides, and a pentagonal pyramid has six faces. Okay, uh, six vertices and 10 edges. Finally, let's take a look at the hexagonal pyramid. Base shaped like a hexagon. Okay, like that right there. Okay, that's your hexagonal pyramid, and it has seven faces, seven vertices, and 12 edges. Okay, let's move on to the next definition. How many faces, edges, and vertices are there in the Great Pyramids of Khufu? We just talked about that. Okay, it has a square pyramid. So it is called a square pyramid because the base is a square. There are four triangular faces, so there are five faces in all. So the base is considered to be part of the face of a pyramid. So there are four edges, okay, with the side of where the side faces meet the base. Okay, four more edges are formed where the side meet each other. So there are eight edges in a pyramid. And let's take a look at that one. Uh, a square pyramid is very much similar to a rectangular pyramid. It actually looks like a square pyramid right here. It has five faces, including the base. Okay, it has five vertices and eight edges, just like our example right here. Okay, so there are four vertices in the square base and the vertex where the other faces meet. So there are five vertices in the pyramid. Okay, and let's take a look at more examples or more definitions. There are three-dimensional figures that have curved surfaces. One of these figures is called a cone. Like a pyramid, a cone has only one base, and its base is nothing more than a circle. So this is how a cone looks like. A cone has one vertex, but no edges, and it only has one base. Okay? So this is a cylinder, another three-dimensional figure. It has no vertices and no edges. And the thing that's different between a cylinder and a cone is that a cone only has one base. A cylinder has two bases. Okay, Soup of Can is a model of a cylinder. A cylinder has two circular bases. The similarity between these two is that they both have circular bases. Okay. Last definition will be a sphere. Basketball is a model of a sphere. It's a three-dimensional figure with no faces, no bases, no edges or vertices. All the points on the sphere are the same distance from a given point called a center. So just like a basketball, this is a sphere. It has a center wherein all the points are equidistant from the center. So all the points outside the sphere have the same distance, okay, to the center. So a sphere has no vertices, nor does it have edges. And let's see if I can show you a sphere in this example right here. Nope, not this one. Okay, so we'll leave it at that for now. The secret word for this particular lesson would be nix. The secret word would be nix. Okay? And that's it. Thank you for watching.